Now, I'm trying something different with my mic because I noticed, very odd. I noticed that Windows had my mic at 50% and it probably had it at that volume for years. So bear with me if it sounds like I'm clipping or I sound really loud. But let me know because I wanna get feedback from you guys. Also, hello. I'm a bit tired, I'll admit. I was up all night, but whatever. I thought, screw it, let's play, let's have fun. Sorry about the squeak, it's probably way louder now. But I wanted to take a break from the test server stuff for a while. Well, not for a while, but just for today. I thought, you know what, screw it, let's actually like just play the game and have fun. Don't get me wrong, test server's got all the cool new toys, but it's like, at the same time. Kill. Brr. Excuse me, inventory, can you please be managed? Thank you. Also, where is the top? But how you gamers all doing? I do plan on streaming like a bunch of our stuff today, hopefully. I mean, I often say that and then I end up like either getting tired or busy. I'll say that I'm hoping to because I basically need to stay up all night anyway. Or all day, I should say. Because I gotta get on a decent enough schedule for Sunday. Oop, nothing there. Hey, Zuck. Also, yes, hello everyone. It is a chill day time. Well, it's actually kind of... Well, I guess it's kind of the morning for once. But yeah, there's still that Lost Ark game, and... I mean, I don't know if I'll end up playing that much. Are you now liking Lunar Lancer? Yeah, ever since the rework, he's a lot of fun. I, like... My opinion of the classes honestly just changes based on like, okay, are they fun and is it new and exciting? And it's like, Lancer's actually like just a good time now and the abilities are fun. So it's like, I'll play it until I get bored and then I'll swap to another character again. Unless the new, a new rework comes in, I don't know. Because the thing, the Paragon levels are just, because... With the Paragon levels, it kind of makes you feel like you're missing out if you're not playing the character that you want to get Paragon levels for, which is another dangerous thing that I didn't really talk about in my video about Paragon levels. So, for example, I might be enjoying the Lunar Lancer right now, but do I really want to start grinding on this class when Paragon levels are added? Or is that going to feel like I'm just wasting time? I guess so long as you unsubscribe from the idea of using the hidden abilities, then it doesn't really matter. Also, hey, Matt. Oh, so, fun fact. Let me actually swap to Gonda here. So, I don't know how many of you guys or gals care about... am I even using a animated jug? Okay. Elden Ring. But I'm super duper stoked on it. It's gonna be like a game I'm super excited for and have been waiting for a long time. But they have like a playtest session next week and I looked at the times for it and it was like it's like 3 a.m. like because it's in Japan time. It was like, what? So weird. Oh, is the game... Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. Hold up. Thank you for pointing that out. Why is it zoomed in? No, genuinely, why is it zoomed in? Like, look at this. This is... Oh, I see. Hold up. There we go. It was capturing the wrong thing, dude. Thank you. I knew that something looked weird. The colors looked all weird and everything, too. That was... Stupid OBS. Thanks for pointing it out, bud. Good thing you caught it. So Paragon levels No, Matt. Basically, like, if you're getting Paragon levels on the Lunar Lancer, for example, you're getting prime loops that are Lunar Lancer prime loops. Now, that said, you could craft a crystal ring, and then you could end up, like, just putting that... Like, you would craft a crystal ring with your Paragon levels that you got off the Lunar Lancer, and then you could just put that crystal ring on another class. But you're not going to get the hidden abilities. Is kind of the trick. Which, I mean, frankly speaking, the hidden abilities suck anyway, so who cares? Oh, yeah, you pre-ordered Elden Ring as well, Matt? Sweet. Were you on PlayStation, Matt, if I recall? Maybe I'm mixing you up with somebody else. Because I got, so my buddy, who, he basically was buying me, like, a game for my birthday, like, this year, which is, you know, my birthday's in March, right? But at first he bought me Back 4 Blood. We played the beta. It sucked. We refunded it. And so, okay, what's the next game coming? Battlefield. Surely that'll be the one. So he buys me Battlefield. We get to play the beta. It sucks. And then he refunded it again. Because I didn't want to waste his money, so I just kept refunding it. And then Elden Ring, he finally bought me that. And I was like, yeah, dude, don't worry. This is one that I'll keep. I actually pre-ordered Elden Ring myself on the PS5. I got the collector's edition because I really wanted to have the Elden Ring figure. Not the stupid one that's really expensive and gives you the dumb helmet. Like, screw that. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate the super chat, man. You're the true king. Get it? Because you put a crown? I like Back 4 Blood. Yeah, good on you, man. It's like... My issue with Back 4 Blood is that it didn't add anything to gaming. Like, I don't know. I think it's because I, like, was comparing it too much to Left 4 Dead. And Back 4 Blood is basically just a modern Left 4 Dead with nothing new and exciting. Not to mention the fact that you can't even play the game single player. You have to play it with people, otherwise you get, like, don't get XP or something. Oh, you are on Xbox. Okay, Matt. Then yeah, I mixed you up with somebody else. I'll try to remember that. But yeah, unfortunately, Elden Ring isn't crossplay. So those of you that are sitting there thinking I'm a freak for buying the game on PS5 and PC, just to point it out there. Thoughts on Rainbow Six, if you have heard of it? Yeah, wait, you mean the dumb new one with zombie mode, or like the just Rainbow Six in general, or whatever? Because the game itself, I actually find really entertaining to watch, like, competitively, but generally speaking, it's not a game I want to play. Like, I don't really care. Did you see my leak? What, Thiege? What? Thiege, have you been messaging me? Because I think Steam hasn't been notifying me of your messages. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Maybe it, like, logged me out of the friends menu or something. Also, Trove, can you get a grip on reality and actually have my, boss orb finder mod, like, stay on at all times, please? Oh, there it is. I don't know why it always defaults off. It's very odd. What Hytale might release at the end of 2022. Oh, good lord. I'm not holding my breath at all. I mean, if it does, awesome. Then I'll migrate to that instead of playing Dragon and Home. Not that I dislike Dragon and Home. It's just that game is... I don't know. It's... Frankly speaking, it's longer than I've ever played Minecraft, so what am I saying? But with Hytale, I'll believe it when I see it. I hope that they actually release it and it doesn't, you know, just never exist. Oh, Rainbow Six in general? Yeah, I don't know, man. Cool game, not my thing. Like, I like watching other people on it just because it's like, you know. Is that U10 or U9? It's U7. Yeah. Pretty sure we're in U10. You can notice when we end up moving to the next biome or whatever, it should show up in the middle of my screen. I think. Did I go to U10? I should have gone to U10, I'm pretty sure. I keep not doing this as well. I keep forgetting I shouldn't be actually using Gonda. Let's see. What should I use as a mount? Let's use the new one. Xbox has crystal rings? Yeah, man. Whatever you say. No versions of Trove even have crystal rings, and the only version that has it, as always, is PC. And it's only on the test server, so I don't know what you're talking about, my man. When are you gonna stream Resident Evil? Yeah, I don't know, Ben. I thought about it last night, or tonight, whatever, morning, anything. I don't know. I kind of gotta be in the mood for it, you know? And no red bar. I'm just teasing because you were saying, like, it's out on Xbox? Like, no, it's not out, dude. Like, I always have a video that lets you guys know, like, when stuff is actually, like, released. Like how right now Nintendo Switch still doesn't have the frickin' Bard. Ha ha ha. What? Hightail might be on some Riot launcher or something? Okay, cool, man. I mean, we'll see what happens. You mentioned something about Nvidia, which I wouldn't trust those Nvidia leaks as far as I could throw them. Some of them ended up coming true, but not most of them. Like God of War coming to PC, that was pretty crazy and out of nowhere. But when you look into it, Sony actually has a PC division now, so... Did Switch end up getting the Bard? Nobody told me. You know what? I'll double check right now. I don't care. You guys can complete this dungeon, right? Yeah. Alright, let's see here. There was the Animal Crossing update, so Mariko and I are kind of trying it out. I don't know. We kind of played that game to death when it first came out, so... I didn't see any update to the Switch version of Trove, though, so we'll see. Watch the Lost Ark stream as a video, and it looks like a blast. I'm actually quite sad that I can't play it. Yeah, I looked into it, Matt, and it turns out that no, they don't have any plans of bringing it to console. Sucks, because it handles fine on controller. There are some disconcerting things about the game, though. I don't think you're gonna be too worried about it, Matt, because like as I was playing it, I was playing it a little bit more off camera with my buddy, and oh wait, what am I thinking? The Bard on Switch. It was that the Lunar Lancer wasn't out on Switch. The Lancer update, right? I think. I'll double check. So anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, that Lost Ark is looking like it's gonna be very, very pay to win. Which, I mean, obviously isn't that big of a deal. Yeah, okay, so there's Bards on the Switch. It wasn't the Bard. It was supposed to be the Lancer. What the heck am I thinking? Let me actually swap to Lancer and see. Come here, stupid. Let me trial run you. Yeah, okay, so the Lancer rework is what's not on Switch. So that's my bad, guys. I don't know. I mean, there's so many different versions of the game. I mix things up. I'm not nearly as involved with Trove as I used to be. Not to say that I'm not involved with it. Obviously, I am. It's just not as crazy as it once was, you know? Whee! What gems should I go for on the new rework Lunar Lancer? The exact same gems as you would before, dude. What do you mean? Gems don't affect your attack speed or movement speed, so those are not going to end up changing anything. That said, I know I gotta do a rework video talking about how you build the class and stuff, and it's on my list of things to do. I'll probably end up recording that either later today or tomorrow. We'll see. Like, I think for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream Trove for a while, and then I want to stream Dragon and Home if I can squeeze that in before I got to take Mariko to work. And generally speaking, like I said, like, I basically have to stay up all night. Well, all day. I've been up all night, but I need to stay up through the day so that I can end up going to sleep and then waking up at a decent time. So, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. The only difference with Lancer now is that you actually use his class gem now. True. But yeah, which basically means like I'm going to be playing kind of... The plan is to play the most exciting games first so that, you know, like a game like Trove requires a little bit more focus. And then Dragon and Home requires less focus. And then I don't know if I'll play like Roblox or even Lost Ark or something. I don't know. We'll see. But the point is, I want to be able to play something that is just like super duper mindless, so I could just be doing like a all day stream for you guys. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll end up just getting really tired and then I'll just go and watch movies or something until I fall asleep. That's why I don't want to promise anything. Whoa! Yeah, I know. Tons of coffee is right. I'm doing pretty good in terms of my like coffee thing, you know, like I'm trying to, I guess, detox in a way. Yeah, right. I'm only on my second espresso and I've been up like for a full night, so it's like that's pretty good for me. Normally I'd have 5 by now. Play Hades. Fun fact, I actually ended up getting, I got like Xbox Game Pass free for like 3 or 4 months or something. And Hades is on it. So I do have it installed, but I've never played the game. I don't really like its art direction, despite the fact that everyone talks about how it's one of the best roguelikes. But I don't know, I just don't really like the way that it looks too much. It does mean, though, if, like, since my Game Pass is going to last long enough, it means that I'll have it when Halo comes out, so I might end up streaming Halo, we'll see. I mean, obviously, the multiplayer is free, but the single player is just part of Game Pass, so it was like, oh, okay. I will potentially play this. Is this a boss? Yeah, it is. Oh, I'm well aware Sea of Thieves is on Game Pass. I don't like Sea of Thieves. It's not my type of game. It's funny, it's like when there's like... All you really do in that game is grind cosmetics. Which is not enough appeal for me to... Can you stop, you stupid game? For me to even bother like getting into it. Like I tried it and it's just... It's not fun for me. It's boring. Also, I don't know why it keeps just going ring, and then my mouse is like just in the opposite direction. Like this is the most times that this has ever happened in a while. Please stop. Java Monster drinks. Like Monster Energy drink, but they do like a coffee one. Because if you're talking about the one that I think you are, it's disgusting. I do like Monster Energy drinks though. Another one too is I like how Starbucks tries to make their own like coffee energy drink and it's just sugar. Nothing but sugar. It's terrible. Like we have an espresso maker, so I'm just always having espresso now. The flick happens to me too. Oh yeah, no, it happens to everybody. It's just I've been having it happen more lately. I don't know if like the recent update broke things again or... Like, it's a perpetual thing that just happens with Trove. Which is odd. Roguelikes never hold my attention for longer than a day. I actually really love roguelikes. However, I will admit that I rarely beat them. Just because, like, I like what roguelikes are. But the amount of dedication that you need, like, it's like, I can only ever stand getting to the final boss, like, 2 or 3 times, and then having everything start back from the beginning, before it's just like, okay, I'm done. This is old now. Like, if there was faster progression or something, like, I don't know. Dead Cells is, probably one of my favorite roguelikes. That one actually held my interest for a very long time. And then I got to the final boss, or at least it was the final boss in that version of the game. And then I think I got to him twice. And then the game, like, the problem was the game was still in early access. So every time it patched, it reset my progress. And then after a while, it was just like, all right, I'm done. I'm not going to do this again. But the fact it held my attention for that long. I know what Hollow Knight is. I'm certain that I would love it. Hollow Knight's another one of those weird games where I don't like the art direction. Despite the fact that everything that it's described as is something that I would enjoy. Where it's like a super hardcore Metroidvania with some Dark Souls thrown in. Like, I'm certain that I would love it. And it's on Game Pass as well, so I do have it installed. But it's just one of those games that I never really got around to trying. I don't know. I probably should. Elder Scrolls 6 is leaked for 2024, but I highly doubt that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. At the same time, we know Elder Scrolls 6 is literally on Skyrim's game engine because it's Bethesda. They're lazy and stupid, and they don't want to bother making a new game engine. So I simultaneously would not be surprised if the game releases that quickly. I mean, I could see it. All they gotta do is, like, you know, just throw in a new world, have the same engine as Skyrim, and there you go. But yeah, who knows, dude? I think what happened was going into 2020, just as the pandemic hit, like, so many games were already almost finished development that they ended up just coming out. And then now we're in it. So now game development has come super duper slow, almost to a halt, because everyone actually has to, like, work at home and stuff. Hello, boss. There you are. No, I don't think Diablo... See, the thing about Diablo 4 is I love how there was the post from Blizzard basically saying... So they canceled BlizzCon for next year, which means they have nothing to show. And then they said Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 are delayed. And it was like, these games didn't have release dates, but okay. So that tells me, no, those games are 2023 and up. Again, I'll believe it when I see it. Like, I'm not one to get super into release dates on games and stuff. And, like, I don't know. Otherwise, you end up being like those freaks waiting for Cube World, and then it comes out on Steam and it sucks. Or you end up being like those people that were waiting for Cyberpunk since the very beginning. I think what happens is... this might sound weird. I think everyone in life experiences that one game that you just can't wait for. And your imagination runs wild because of how long it takes to develop and how little they end up actually showing of the game, that you basically think it's going to end up being perfection and are ultimately going to end up being let down just because your imagination went absolutely crazy. For a lot of people, Cyberpunk was that game where these people were actually insane and thought that every character was going to end up having their own individual day, life cycle, whatever. For me, I got it out of my system right away because Fable 1 was that game for me. That was the game. Oh, we are in U8 difficulty. I'll swap to U10. I mean, U8 and U9 and difficulty honestly doesn't matter because we're not trying to get Crystal Gear. I guess I am trying to get a Crystal 3 Spear though, so I don't know why I went to U8. But yeah, anyways, Fable 1 for me was that game where I just had it hyped up to insane levels of expectation. And then the funny thing is then when the game came out, you know, I was disappointed at first, but it's not like that was a bad game. Like, I actually genuinely love Fable 1. It was a phenomenal game. It was really weird and kind of did its own thing. But did it meet all the expectations? No. And since then, it's kind of just like, all right, I'll just wait and see. You know, I'm kind of just more chill about like when games come out, where it's like, all right, I'll play that. The end, you know? Oh, hi, Merc. Yeah, I know about Fable 4, but again, it's like, I don't, like... I'm kind of just, we'll wait and see what happens, and I'm not holding my breath, especially for something like that, because we're in the day and age where all of those great video games are kind of gone. And I know that sounds like a really boomer mentality, but a lot of the best games already exist. And nowadays, I feel like gaming in itself is very, very commercial. And I'm not saying that it wasn't commercial before, but games as an art form have kind of dwindled down to just a cheap, quick buck. And again, it's not like that's anything new for the industry, but it's just that gaming as a whole has gotten a lot better at selling itself as a product. You know, like Call of Duty coming out every year and literally being copy and paste of one another. And so that in a lot of ways, I kind of feel like, you know, when video games were first going to 3D and stuff, for example, it's like developers were just going crazy. They were letting their imaginations go wild. And video games itself was like such a niche market back then, where you would basically end up getting like ostracized. I remember when I was growing up and everyone thought I was a loser because I was always just playing video games and stuff. Well, now who's laughing? I'm sitting on my butt and I'm playing video games for a living. I truly have done something with my life. I'm contributing to society. But I don't know. It's just it's like, because of that, I don't have the highest expectations for video games now. I treat it very, very casually, where when a game comes out, it's like, if I like it, I like it, and we'll see what happens. And I just go into it without getting into any of the hype. I barely ever end up reading any info on like a new game coming out and stuff, because as far as I'm concerned, it's all empty promises until the game actually comes out. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the same thing with Hytale, where it's like, I'll wait and see. I'm gonna be skeptical about it because, you know. But I think also it's kind of a form of endearment, where it's like, if I if I look at the game with skeptical eyes, it means that I have a more realistic idea of what it's gonna be, and in a lot of cases am pleasantly surprised. Rather than, you know, letting it go way too much to my head and then being overall disappointed in the product and not being able to judge it for what it is, which could still potentially end up being a work of art. Except for Elden Ring. Yeah, of course. That game I already know is perfection. Like, don't even bring it up, because I am sweating right now just thinking about how excited I am for that game. And my body is internally vibrating when I just think about the trailer and the gameplay they just showed. I'm not even kidding. Also, yes, I'm sorry, you keep asking about that Harry Potter game. Is that game even coming out? It looked okay. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but that game looked pretty dope as far as an open world game's concerned. The other one that I'm really disappointed that they didn't end up showing at like E3 or Sony event or anything this year was Final Fantasy 16. Where the heck is that game? It's made by the Dragon's Dogma team, and Dragon's Dogma is one of the greatest games in existence. I'm not even kidding. If you never played Dragon's Dogma, you owe it to yourself to do it. It might end up being a little awkward at first, especially because of how old the game is, but if you force yourself to play through it, you are in for one heck of a ride. It's literally like insane. Slime Rancher 2, right. Yeah, I forgot they were talking about that. Which mod, chicken? I'm sorry. Also, I saw somebody else mention the test server patch notes. I haven't really read through those because I'm kind of just waiting until the patch is like fully done. But yeah, I should read through them. Why did they end up changing something with Paragon levels, fundamentally making them actually interesting? I think the reason I'm getting all like I don't know. I don't know if I want to say philosophical, but whatever we're talking about right here, where we're kind of just shooting facts, you know. I think the reason that I'm feeling this way and kind of discussing it is because I finally got around to editing. It took me so long, but I got a video done of basically like me talking about like the 9 games that were the most influential on my life. I've seen other content creators do it, and I thought it was interesting. I actually recorded it like maybe a month or 2 ago, and I thought I was going to end up scrapping the footage just because I haven't had the chance to edit anything up until this point. But I ended up just grinding it out. It took like 3 hours, and yeah, so that'll end up hopefully going up sometime next week if I can squeeze it into my schedule, because there's a lot of other things that I have to have uploaded for this week. And I really want to squeeze it in before next week is going to be the Genshin live stream, which means I gotta get the Ito and Goru videos ready. So I gotta do a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. Where's the other part of this dungeon here? There we go. No, they're never gonna bring account transfers to the game. The game just doesn't fundamentally have that sort of code in it to actually do it, so it's like, nah. Yeah, sorry, Sant. What did you say? I still enjoy gaming a lot, but yeah, there's a lot of truth to that sort of like hip-hop music, which I also still enjoy the new stuff. Yeah, I know. It's like, it's not like I'm against new games, and it's not like I dislike new games. It just kind of doesn't have that same sense of wonder, and I don't know if that's just a part of growing up, or if it's just that the industry has changed. I think it's a little bit of both. Like, I think that the industry has changed a lot since I was younger, but also I'm a grown-ass man now, and I gotta focus on paying bills on top of playing video games, rather than back in the day just playing video games 24/7 and never having to worry about anything else. I don't know. Handsome spork. The thing that worries me about Elden Ring is the player seems too strong to me. Dude. Maybe, okay. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like I'm like, ha ha ha, laughing down my nose at you. Maybe this is your first time seeing a Souls-like game. They're trying to make it marketable, dude. They're not gonna show in the trailer him getting two-shot by the dragon, man. Because they did that with Demon Souls as well, where you can see that they have cheaty health. That's why they don't show the HUD, right? Don't worry. Elden Ring's gonna kick your ass, dude. You're gonna pull your hair out, okay? You know, no worries there. The game generally might be easier than average Souls-like games, just because they want to make it a little bit more approachable. It's also an open world game, so they gotta kind of change their tactics. But I'm still expecting, like, that dragon, when he got hit by that boss like multiple times out in the open world, it was like, dude, I would be dead already. Because they did that with Demon Souls as well, where they showed like the gameplay and he took way too many hits, and then when the full game was there, it's like, no, you take that amount of hits, you're dead. Like, yes, Spork, I do actually recognize you. It's been a while, my man. How you been? What is the best class? The one that you enjoy the most. Wait, what about a Gonda mod, chicken? Like just a cheaty mod to make you have Gonda with a different mount? Because that's been there for a while. The release date, Scythe, for Elden Ring is February 25th, I think, because they delayed it from January. Unlike Cyberpunk, where they're like, let's delay it another year. Elden Ring literally was like, give us another month. And I gladly take that extra month of polish because, oh my god. That is... I don't want to make this a complete discussion about Elden Ring, but my god. It's so smooth. It's literally like Dark Souls 3, but cranked to 11, and somehow they managed to make a Souls-like game in open world. Like, good lord. That dragon boss, I still can't get over how smooth a transition that was, where he's literally just out in the open world. A dragon swoops in to protect its babies, because yes, I've overanalyzed the trailer, and there was baby dragon eggs nearby. So who's the real villain? It ain't the dragon. And then it was just like a boss fight like Midir from Dark Souls, where it's like, oh, you just, yep, you're in a boss fight now. Oh yeah, no, guaranteed, yeah. Elden Ring is going to be rage-inducing. Oh yeah. Like, the funny thing is, there's a buddy of mine who, he ended up watching the Elden Ring trailer, and he's like, dude, I have to get this game. And he's never played a Dark Souls game before. So he keeps like asking me and worrying, like, it's like, is this game gonna be hard? And I'm like, yeah, dude, but don't worry, we'll be playing it together so we can rage together, okay? Because Dark Souls 3, like, arguably, I think I beat the game like single player on my own after I beat it in co-op with my buddy, and it was so much more fun playing in co-op. Like, seriously. Oh, okay, chicken. Yeah, sorry, dude. I might not have gotten your message in Discord just because I don't check every single message. But you're saying you got like basically a cheaty macro of sorts where you do the Neon Ninja backflip, pop out Gonda for a split second to give you blocks, and then it goes away? Like, what? Is it actually like a macro? Because technically that's against terms of service, so if that's what you're explaining, but I might be misunderstanding. Elden Ring is a Breath of the Wild Souls game. Dude, that's what I called it too. Have other people been saying that? Because legit, I thought there was a lot of similarities between it and Breath of the Wild. But if you've ever played Breath of the Wild, there's a lot of similarities in Breath of the Wild that is in Souls-like games. Like the fact that Breath of the Wild is actually one of the hardest Zelda games imaginable. Everyone wants to act like that game was easy. No, it was not. Like, that was a hard freaking game, dude. You'd get one shot near the beginning of the game. Mid-game, you know, you kind of got a little bit more of an advantage. And then when you're at the end game, you're basically just invincible. I'm just so curious how they're going to handle, like, the bonfires. They also, in the gameplay, talked about how, oh, you can pin where plants and materials are and stuff, implying that they're going to end up respawning and you can harvest them. So how are they going to handle that? You know? Is it literally I just sleep at the bonfire and everything just respawns, same as a Souls-like game? Like, what? I don't know. No, it just, like, spawns them. You don't need to own Gonda. Wait, what? You backflip and get a trail for the duration of stealth mode, so you can keep backflipping. Doesn't actually reset jumps, though, because client side. What? It rubber bands a lot, too. Yeah, I would expect it would, but what the heck? That sounds like so overly weird and complicated. How did you even do it, you hacker? Good lord. Thanks, Riley. Appreciate you, bud. Yeah, I have played Don't Starve. I actually did a couple videos way back in the day on it. It's not my thing. Most of all, once again, it's just the art direction. I just don't like it as much. I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of the same reason why I never ended up getting into Bloodborne, was just because I didn't care for the art direction. That whole valedictorian stuff was just, I don't know, it wasn't appealing to me, you know? A rock profile picture? Alright, Nugget, I'll try and remember to check that out after the stream. But I might be just moving on to streaming some other stuff or taking Mariko to work, so I might not see it right away. Just a heads up. Dark Souls 2 is a game I'd suggest to your friend. Best game in the series. Easy. Pfft, nah. Dark Souls 3, man. Dark Souls 3, I'll say, was the most casual friendly. Dark Souls 2 had some really jank, stupid mechanics, man. No way. Dark Souls 2 was actually one of the hardest ones. Outside of the fact that they're like, hey, let's add 50 bosses or whatever. Half of them are copy and paste of each other. Like, Dark Souls 2 is... That was when Dark Souls 1 was so successful that they had money, and so they went nuts with Dark Souls 2. Oh, Lord. I mean, honestly speaking, the early bird Souls games, I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, Dark Souls 3 is what really sold me on it. Not to say I didn't play the other ones, but with Dark Souls 3, that was just, like, perfection. Because that was one of the first ones where I would say the game is actually, like, tough but fair. Where it feels like the control that you have over your character and everything like that was, like, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. And so when you died, it felt fair rather than cheap deaths, you know? No, I tried Dark Souls 2, Mark. I did. I just, I didn't beat it by any means. It might be something to even rival Pixar. Yeah, except unfortunately it's too old and we've got Elden Ring coming, so I don't want to burn myself out on any other Souls-like game until Elden Ring is here. Because that game is going to end up being fun. I'm going to really enjoy dying over and over again. That's the funny thing is I am going to curse that game. I know I will. But it's going to be one heck of an experience. What's the best chair in the game? You can't really sit in the game. You can always just type /sit though. So. I'm kidding. Favorite character is basically the character that you enjoy, man. Just pick the class that you enjoy the most. Wait, what about Dark Souls 3? I did finish it. What are you talking about? I beat Dark Souls 3 times. The series, I did beat it, but the last few episodes within the DLC, I kind of just spliced them together into a montage because I didn't feel like... I basically had like 5 hours of footage and I was just like, nah. Let's cut these down. Let's just get the series done on the channel. But yeah, I beat it. Hell, I even ended up beating Midir. I soloed him. And, I guess it was fun. I guess. I remember even carrying a couple of my friends through Midir, because once you learn his pattern, he's... not to say he's easy, but... I hate that boss. Oop. Sekiro, I hated Sekiro, dude. Like, even mechanically, I didn't like it. Everybody, like, the thing is, everyone loved it, and I don't know why. It was not a good game in my eyes, because it was kind of it was a downgrade from what Dark Souls was. The fact that it didn't have RPG mechanics, and in a lot of ways, I think Sekiro, I would treat it more as a boss rush game rather than an adventure game. But apparently I'm the only one who feels that way, so. I think what really did it for me was just the copy and paste bosses. Like when you ended up getting to the gorilla boss, and then you finally beat him, and he's basically like the last boss in the game. And then 2 seconds later, the game without any pacing whatsoever is just like, okay, now fight 2 of them. And it was just like, dude, this game is exhausting to play. I think there was like one really cool area that you got to explore, but it was like at the end of the game, and it was like, why? I think also though, it's because like I just generally like grindy games, and I liked I like RPG stuff. So the thing that I like so much about Dark Souls is if it starts getting too tough, you can literally just grind levels until you're stronger. No, I know, Merc. Like, I liked the initial ape. It was very frustrating, but at least it felt like, oh man, this is a challenge. And then there was the 2 apes, and that's where it was just like, terrible pacing. Like, I hated it so much. Did my mod turn off? Because I'm not seeing the orbs. No, it's supposedly on. Says it needs a restart, which is not true. Maybe I just need to swap worlds. Probably. Oh no, I can and will directly compare Sekiro to Dark Souls, Spork. Because Elden Ring is its own game, right? No, it's not. It's Dark Souls 3 open world. It literally has like bonfires and everything, dude. I can just... I think most of all what did it for me in Sekiro was it was most of all the pacing, I think. Because the hardest boss, I would argue, was what the heck was his name? When the dude on top of the castle who had like three full phases, and his final phase he literally like threw lightning down at you that would one-shot you. That guy was... I know that the final boss was like the hardest boss, but I would argue that that guy was the hardest boss just because he was like in the middle of the game. You didn't really fully understand the game or anything like that. And I don't know. It's like, I think it's most of all the risk reward just didn't pay off with Sekiro for me. Personally anyways. Like with Dark Souls, it's like, oh, you beat a boss, you actually get like a cool ability. And Sekiro, you never had an edge. No matter what, it's like you were always the weakling. And it's like, bruh, I don't play video games to feel weak. I mean, the funny thing, too, is I still ended up beating the game, like, twice. Because I ended up... Well, I got to the end of the game the first time, and then I used a cheat to beat it because I thought it was funny. And then everyone got, like, all mad and try hard. Get good! And so I went through the entire game all the way to the final boss again, just so that I could beat him on camera and shut everybody up. And I hate that game. I can say that it is my least favorite game. I forced myself to play through it twice. I mean, the thing too is, it's just, like I said, the pacing. Like, even once you get to the swamp area, I think that's where I was just like, alright, I'm done. I'm just gonna speed run through everything. Because otherwise, up to that point, I was trying to kill everything for some dumb reason. Maybe I was just playing the game wrong. I don't know. But, like I said, apparently everybody loves Sekiro, and it's like the greatest game in existence, and it was game of the year for, like, everybody, but... not this guy. Anyways, who cares? Yeah, sorry, Riley. This was the... yeah. This was a costume from the event for the Halloween event for Lunar Lancer, which, oddly enough, wasn't even on Switch. It never ended up arriving there, which is very weird. And hilarious. Let me grab these. But, anyways. Give me Elden Ring. Did you like Bloodborne? I'm sure I would love Bloodborne, but I never played it because I don't like the art direction. Will Elden Ring keep getting new updates? I hope so. I know that they have planned DLC, but... I don't know how long they're going to end up supporting it. I'm hoping that there's a lot... like, what I'm curious about is how they're going to handle replay value. Like, even though it's an open world game, are they still just going to give us New Game Plus? Or are they, like they said, with plants respawning and stuff, does that mean that enemies will respawn as well? I'm assuming small baby enemies will, but maybe not necessarily the bosses. But I'm assuming, just because of what they showed in the trailer, that you might be able to beat bosses and get boss materials that you could then end up using to craft boss items, because there was a clip where they showed one of the characters use a dragon's head to breathe fire, and then the boss that they showed at the end of the gameplay session ended up using the same dragon head, so I assume it's a boss material that you grab from that guy. Maybe I'm wrong. But the point is that in Dark Souls 3, what they would end up doing to incentivize New Game Plus is you would only be able to craft one boss item per playthrough. So, possibly, that's what's going to happen with it. Yeah, I wonder how they're going to handle the dungeons. Like, is the treasure going to respawn and stuff? Like, I don't know. I know they're going to go big mode on us, but... Oh, we're just talking about Elden Ring. But yeah, I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see what happens with it. Either way, I'm excited. And I'm not going to let my, you know, it's like, I'm excited about it. I know it's going to be good. I know I'm going to like it. Love it. Probably going to be one of my favorite games of all time. But I'm also going to end up hating it and cursing it and saying that the devs are stupid and all my usual rage tactics. I know it. I know, the Switch got the Halloween 2020 pack, but not 2021. I know, I don't get it. It's weird. Very, very weird. I mean, yeah, like, most of all, it's just, I'm just really curious about a lot of things with Elden Ring. Like, you'll notice that, even in the Elden Ring gameplay, they didn't really show that much, did they? Like, they did and they didn't. It was like, a lot of the gameplay they showed was kind of just walking around and kind of just introducing people to the world, I guess. But at the same time, it was just, like, so confident in what it was, and it was just an open world Souls-like game. Like, how are they going to handle invasions? How are you going to handle co-op? Are you still going to have to put down your stupid soapstone? Or can I just join people through my friends list? Because that would actually be pretty epic if they just let us join through friends list and don't have to deal with that clunky system. And then invaders could possibly just, I don't know, go through like some sort of matchmaking that just spits them next to other players or something. I don't know. Are you going to do the network test? It depends if I get invited. But yes, I will. I can't stream it. They do have an FAQ on it, and you're not allowed to stream it or anything, so I'll just be trying it out myself. The funny thing is that the network test is on Japanese time. So the first network test for me is November 12th at 3 a.m. In Japan, it's at 8 p.m. But okay, whatever. And then like the next time it's like at 5 a.m. or something. I don't know. It's very odd that we don't get a Western one. We most likely won't get a soapstone. Yeah, I don't know though. You know what? I gotta watch through the gameplay trailer again to see how he ended up summoning that era player. The minimap mod is literally just minimap. Just look that up on Trovesaurus and you'll find it. What's a network test? Basically you can, well, you can't sign up anymore, but the network test is server stress. They want to have as many people trying to play the game and get on the game at the same time so that they can end up setting up their servers appropriately. They even said in their FAQ, don't expect to even play the game the first day because their servers will probably end up crashing. But you could have signed up for it, and it's, yeah, I'm sorry, it's gone. So, rip. But it's going to end up being next week, November 12th. You do have to have console only, by the way. They don't let you test it on PC. Which is weird, but... So, I just applied for the PS5 version, hoping that, well, barely anybody has a PS5, so I should have pretty good odds to get in. I don't know. Hopefully. I mean, at the least, if I end up playing the network test, I could do like, I don't know, maybe I could do like a video like discussing aspects of the game afterwards, even if I can't necessarily like show gameplay or anything. I wonder whether or not I could use screenshots. Probably not, right? Yeah. But I've seen other people in the past do that where they like talk about their play session. Not that I would end up wanting to give spoilers or anything. No, Elden Ring's not out. It's next year, February. So it's not too far away. The map looks huge. Yes, it does. The one thing that disappointed me, like, wholeheartedly when they showed Elden Ring was they showed the map and then they're like, you can pin stuff on the map. And I was like, bruh, 100 pins is not enough for me. Like, I've already played Genshin Impact, and that game has such a small amount of pins to begin with. It's like, dude, can I please just have 1,000 pins? Please? Or better yet, how about screw the pins? How about when I discover a plant, it just shows up on my map so I know that where it is at all times. I don't know why more games don't cut that part out of the game, because it's like, dude, that's tedious. But yeah, I'll gladly, like, if they give us, like, I wonder how they're gonna handle DLC. Like, are we just gonna have a new dungeon just down in the open world? Or is there literally gonna be, like, a whole new biome? Or is it gonna be an area you warp to that's kind of a mini area? Really curious. What do you mean by pins? Like, literally, you would open up your map, and then you could pin a location. And be like, okay, there's a plant here, you know? It's like a custom marker, basically. But they only let you plop down 100 of them. So, and I mean, I guess the thing too is I like marking everything. So that's why 100 is not enough, especially for that map. You'll kind of just have to mark like the general area of things, I guess. I was thinking of doing possibly there's gonna be teleports to a new area like Dark Souls 3. Yeah, I know, that's why I was thinking too, Brandon, for the DLC, but honestly, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe they'll integrate it extremely well. Like, I don't know. I mean, we already know that there's gonna be, like, you know, they're gonna go big mode, dude. Like, I think the most exciting thing for me when Elden Ring comes out is the fact that with Dark Souls 3, I played it really, really late. So all of the secrets were already discovered, which was really nice for me because it meant that if I ever had any trouble or anything, I could just look up a video or, you know, something like that, a guide, whatever. Versus Elden Ring, which I actually think is going to be more exciting because all of us are going to be experiencing it for ourselves for the very first time together. And so people are going to end up making the wrong choice and screwing themselves over, or someone's going to end up finding like some secret cave that has some hidden gear or something, you know? Because, I mean, look at the mirrored world from Dark Souls 3, dude. I mean, obviously, once you get to the end of the game, it's easy to get there, but think about how tedious it was to get to it in the first place, like when it originally came out, and it's like, bruh, mirrored world, I mean painted world, whatever it was called. But I'm just thinking, like, if they have secrets like that in Elden Ring, heck yeah. Any news on Hytale? Well, that's what Thiege was saying. He was saying that there was apparently some leaks with Hytale, which I just take it with a grain of salt, man. Like, we'll wait and see what happens. Did they even change the Shadowhunter's special ability with the crystal rings? Nope, it's still god-awful. They added, so the only kind of useful ability with the Shadowhunter, if you can call it that, is they made it so that when you roll, you'll actually throw down a trap. Which, I mean, technically the trap shadow marks enemies, right? So, I don't know. Could be good, I guess, but it's still a pretty lackluster ability. Dark Souls 3 had a lot of replayability. Yeah, it did for me. But the replayability, it kind of works hand in hand with the fact that the game was so linear. Not to say that it was like 100% linear. Like, obviously, you could tackle certain areas ahead of schedule. But my point is, how the heck are they going to end up handling all of it in an open world setting? You know? That's what I'm curious to see. I thought the woman in a green cloak was Emerald Herald. I don't know who that is. Don't ask me about Dark Souls lore. But yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of weird references. Like, I thought when there was that giant weird like pot creature, I thought you were helping out like some dude that was like stuck inside it or something, and then he like hit him in the back of his butt, and then he came out of the ground, and then he started talking, and it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I like how it had that aspect where you needed to be strong enough to use the great club in order to knock this creature out, because otherwise, if you don't have the strength, And I really, really like that. Like, that's where I think they're gonna really secretly go big mode with Elden Ring, where the class that you are and the way that you build your character is actually going to end up impacting certain choices and decisions that you make in the game, and I'm really excited about it. Like, I kind of tend to kill people in the game, like any of the NPCs that try to like befriend me and stuff, right? No, I know, dude. Elijah, like that's the thing, dude. That's the same argument that I make with the Crystal Rings update is, sure, we get Crystal Ring stats and stuff, but overall it's pointless. Like, legit. There is nothing in the game that requires us to have those extra stats, and those hidden abilities, most of them suck. So the funny thing too, I didn't even have a video talking about it. So you know how the hidden ability or modified ability on the gunslinger basically ended up making you a turret where you would shoot really, really fast with your ult? They actually nerfed that. And now it's worse to use that hidden ability than it is to just use your normal ult. So what's the point? Oh, it was the Dark Souls 2 Firekeeper. I mean, the thing is, even if it's not directly her, there was a lot of Dark Souls references in Elden Ring, dude. Like, even that dragon that he was fighting at the beginning, that was Midir. Come on. Basically. And then, I don't know if you saw in the Elden Ring trailer where they kind of just skip through a couple bosses and creatures and stuff. You think that first dragon looks tough? Oh, no. Oh, no. I saw it. They show it for like 2 seconds. But don't think I didn't see him. The freaking dragon from Sekiro, basically. They had a white dragon they showed in the Elden Ring trailer for like a split second, and he was throwing lightning bolts that I'm sure are gonna one-shot you. I know that boss is gonna be hard, and I'm dreading it. Same with the demigod beast boss. But I'm pretty suspicious that, like, one of the big things that I'm really, really hoping for is there's this big screenshot that I'm sure you guys have seen for Elden Ring, where it's the player as a werewolf, right? Surely it's not an enemy. Surely it's like an actual player. But then there's also a beast boss, and I'm really, really hoping, just because I think it would be so freaking cool, I'm really hoping you kill the demigod beast, you end up getting an ability or a ring or something that ends up letting you transform into a werewolf, just because that would be so freaking cool. I don't know, though. I do know that when you beat the demigods, you do gain like some type of a special ability off of them. I'm assuming just boss equipment or something, because they did end up talking about that. Sultan Sanctuary. That was an alright game. I didn't play it, but I've seen videos, and I have a friend that ended up playing through it. Yeah, the Divine Dragon. Yeah. Either way, like, they seem to be taking all of their pedigree from all the other Souls games and throwing everything into Elden Ring. Like, no wonder it took this long for the game to come out, dude. So freaking hyped, though. Like, it's been a long time since we've had a game that looks this good. And you know is going to be this good. Seriously. Leaks of a new Assassin's Creed game. What? Ubisoft making another one? Wow, no surprise. Oh, dude. I like it. I like his style. Look at the... Yeah. The video effects of this ult when you're flying through the air. I gotta actually try and do that. I remember the memes of this game doesn't exist. No, I know. It was so much copium over on the Elden Ring Reddit. I remember there was a point, like, they were so radio silent about the whole thing. Everyone was like, did this game get canceled? Like, I want more news on Black Myth Wukong. Oh, that game. So, I'd be very careful about that, just because I've noticed that there's a lot of Chinese companies that are using Unreal Engine 5. And if you notice, like, even that, there's that Wukong game, and there was another more recent game that was announced. Forget what it was called, sorry. But one thing that I've noticed about those games is it looks beautiful, like god tier level of game. But that's all the Unreal Engine. And then you see the gameplay itself, and I don't know. In that Wukong trailer that they showed, I noticed a lot of flaws with the combat and the animations and stuff. The game looked pretty, though. I mean, a little too early to judge. I'm just saying, like, it could very well be that it just looks fancy, but isn't, like, good. I don't know. Because it was just kind of whack, whack, whack over and over again. And there was another game that was also bought up by a China company that was also using Unreal Engine 5. And it looks insane. But then you kind of see it's got the same generic template for the combat. So that might actually just be something that's just within the Unreal Engine 5's assets or whatever. Do I keep saying Unreal Engine 3? The new Unreal Engine. Whatever. I don't know how much of that is like the default stuff and how much of it is them like actually making like a full custom world and junk. That's all I'm saying. Yes, Brandon, I know exactly which game you're talking about. I don't know what that game was called, but I do know exactly which game you're talking about. There was basically this game that was like a Chinese knockoff of like just them trying to make like their own Dark Souls game, and they literally stole assets from Bloodborne and Sekiro. Not even like pretending, like they literally just took the assets from the other game. There was even one of the bosses that they showed at the end of the gameplay had the same animation as one of the Bloodborne bosses. Yeah, I know, Fourth. That's what I'm thinking, is since Unreal Engine 5 is so new, I don't know if they're just using one of the default asset engines. Like, who knows? Or asset pack, sorry. Forspoken. Okay, you guys keep mentioning this one. Forspoken. Which one is this again? Oh, that game. So that kind of looks like the same vein, where it looks really good because it's in the new Unreal Engine, but I'm not saying I'm super sold on the rest of the game, you know? It's kind of the same thing as those other games that I just mentioned. I mean, we'll wait and see. I think that it's too early for developers to fully understand how Unreal Engine 5 works. And so I think gameplay-wise, we're not really going to see something that feels truly like it's pushing the capabilities. But I think that it's going to look amazing, because if you have seen the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo, good lord. Like, it is literally, it's nothing short of amazing. But eye candy games, it's like, dude, you can take the fanciest graphics in the entire world and you can throw them in the ocean, compared to a game like Elden Ring, where you can tell that the gameplay is going to be good. I mean, I'll play Halo 1 versus playing like those other games, you know? It's kind of the same argument that I was making earlier, where it's like there's not really anything new coming out of gaming lately. And especially with a new game engine, making it so extremely accessible for developers to end up making these games look god tier, which is good for the industry, don't get me wrong. But I think it's going to be a while before we see something that like really stands out, you know? And I think also with that Forspoken game, I kind of got unsold on the story immediately, because she's just like some normal New Yorker kid that got warped into a fantasy world or something, which just does not interest me at all. Like, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad story. It's just something I like. I just don't care about that type of fantasy, you know. But who knows? Would Draco and Ice Sage together take down Delves easily? Yes, most definitely. You talking about playing it with your buddy? Because, yep, that works very, very well. Or you could just both be Draco or Ice Sage. You don't... Why mix it up? But yeah, that works. No, I know, Brandon, I know. I like playing Bloodborne is on my list of things to do, and I think if Elden Ring wasn't so close, I would play it. Most of all, I'm gonna be honest, the reason, like, on top of the look of Bloodborne just not being super appealing to me, it kind of runs like ass on the PS5. And the only way that I have the game is because of PS5 and having PlayStation Plus. So, yeah. That's why I wanted to try it, but... Yes, true, Jolt. I've seen a lot of games on Steam that I know are using the Unreal 4 basic assets and engine, and yeah, it's really easy for them to just pump and dump, turn a profit, and then never mind the game with the least amount of effort possible. I don't know how many times I've seen the generic knight and skeleton in VR games that are just from the actually I think those might be from the Unity engine. We've reached the edge of the world, mates. Brr. But yeah, I'm not interested in playing any other Souls-like right now because I don't want to burn out. Even though I'm really craving a Souls-like game, I'm waiting for Elden Ring, dude. So help me. Yeah, I know, Brandon. Legit. It's the frame rate, dude, because it's not even like 30 frames, right? For Bloodborne on PS5. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's low frame rate, and it's got weird motion blur that you can't turn off, and it's... Ew. It almost runs better on PS4, but I never had it on PS4, so I think we can just blast our way straight down. Yeah! I'm not used to this dungeon yet. Oh. Oh, okay, Joel. Like, you're actually, like, using the game engine. Aha. Still grinding this game. It's been an eternity. Yes, I'm still grinding this game. There's something wrong with me. Most of all, right now, I'm just trying to low-key get a Crystal 3 spear. But if I don't get one, I mean, who cares? Most of all, I'm just chilling with you guys. I don't know how this dungeon works. Oh. Where's the third objective? Is there a tunnel that I don't know about? Oh. Ah, okay. I've never actually seen this part of the dungeon. Did we win? Oh, there's more. Okay. Why is the terrain terrible? This is kind of a cool dungeon. Man, could you imagine if this was the Delves? That's actually pretty cool. I like that a lot. The Delves actually being cool? No. That's not what they want. Did you see the classes for the network test yet? Yeah, I did. I'm just gonna be the great sword guy, dude. Like, I'm an idiot. I'm just a big old dum-dum. You throw a big sword in my hand and my brain go burr. Like, the funny thing, too, is, so the manga writer for the Berserk franchise, I think he passed away more recently, and that's why Miyazaki is, like, a big fan of Berserk. You can see the influence in a lot of the Dark Souls games. And that's why with all the Elden Ring stuff, they always show the dude with the kind of white-haired helmet, because that's kind of his tribute armor that it was modeled after, like the Berserk guy and stuff. I don't know anything about Berserk. I just heard that that's like why he did it. Which, I mean, the thing that I like about the game, and I was talking with my buddy and saying how it's like, dude, isn't it great to see a game like Elden Ring where even the beginning starting baby armor makes you look awesome, instead of all these other games where I look like an idiot. Like, my god, you look so cool in Elden Ring. And then we all know the true end game to Elden Ring is when it becomes the fashion ring. That's when you know that you've truly mastered the game. That ended up, I think that most of all happened with me after I ended up being Dark Souls 3 for the second or third time, and then suddenly I started getting really into the, oh, I want to make my character look cool because I have enough strength to equip whatever I want. I wonder if they'll have an equivalent to Havel's armor. Anyway, I could have blasted my way into this dungeon. I know, dude. No, did you see too, Spork? The archery and the spells are so much smoother than Dark Souls, dude. Oh my god. It actually looks viable. Not to say it wasn't viable in Dark Souls and stuff, but they weren't fun. I'm really excited to see, like, and the whole, like, summoning creatures to fight for you, too. It's like, is that a limited item? Is it on a cooldown? Like, I'm so curious. Because that seems to be their answer for if you're playing solo to co-op, right? Because, unfortunately, when you go to co-op in Elden Ring, you can't use your mount. Which kind of sucks that they can't figure that out, because the mount actually looked really, really tight. Yeah, I'm not... That's the thing, Spork. I'm not arguing that the spells aren't fun or aren't viable. I'm just saying, like, comparatively to how much easier it looks like it's going to end up being to actually use spells in archery, you know? Like, you can actually, like, not be some Dark Souls freak like us, and you could enjoy it and get involved with it, you know? Instead of what we're used to, where it's like, alright, I know what this magic system is going to be like. I'm also really excited to see, like, how many people can we have in co-op, you know? Because I want to play it with you guys. I really hope that it's easy to end up playing Elden Ring together. I'm assuming it only goes up to, like, the usual 3 people, maybe 4, with increased invasions, but... Because I think with the amount of variety in the classes and stuff like that, that's what's really going to make it fun and stand apart. Like, I know that even though I'm sitting here with my great sword in Elden Ring, I'm going to see one of you freaks join my world, and you're going to end up using some god-tier magic that one-shots a boss that was otherwise really hard for me, because that's just the magic in Souls-like games. How do you rank up faster? Rank what up, dude? Sorry, you gotta be more specific. D&D is do not disturb. So you type /D&D, and then basically it prevents people from inviting you and joining on you. But it's really, really jank, so half the time it doesn't work. 2:30 a.m. Dang, dude. Yeah, don't worry, man. I've been up all night too. I'm tired too. Don't worry. My brother from across the world. Yes, hey, Kino. Are you gonna stream after this Resident Evil if you have time? Probably not Resident Evil. Because Resident Evil being a VR game obviously takes a little bit more energy and focus than playing something like this, where I can just be really, really chill about it. And like I said, I have been up all night, and I basically need to stay up throughout the day, so it's like, I don't really know what I'm gonna end up streaming. Maybe something stupid and mindless like Roblox. I don't freaking know, dude. But I think like the next day that I wake up, so maybe like on Sunday, that's probably when I'll do the next Resident Evil. Because most of all, like, so basically I ordered all of this oh yeah, crab game. I still gotta do that. That I'll probably just record with my buddies though, rather than do a stream of it. So basically with recording the Oculus headset, like it sucks, okay? Like 100%. I don't even think that they want to get any sort of exposure on YouTube because it is the worst headset in the world to actually record. So without getting too into it, I basically ordered a bunch of cords to end up hopefully helping out with an idea that I had, and it didn't end up working out. I was actually sorting all of that out yesterday over the course of a couple hours. And then, well, yesterday when I woke up, basically first thing I did was started to try and be like, oh, okay, I can finally set this up and I can get Resident Evil even better for the streams. And then it just didn't work out. So I don't know. I think, I hate to say that the Resident Evil series is suffering from it, but honestly, it's just been so tedious and exhausting trying to get everything set up to record Resident Evil in the first place that I'm kind of just, I don't know, taking a break from it. I mean, frankly speaking, the last stream was like, what, an hour and a half anyways, so if it takes me a day or two to put out another Resident Evil stream, that's fine because it gives people a chance to watch the other one. Even though I know that it's not a super popular series on the channel or anything, but anyways. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about Rec Room Scythe. I've played it myself. Like, I've played a fair share of it. It's basically Roblox in VR. But I always feel bad about the idea of streaming a game like that because it's got open mic chat and it's got little kids, and little kids are usually really stupid, so and say things that they're not supposed to say. Rec Room, on the other hand, is actually pretty, they moderate their game pretty well, so you can avoid it more often than not, versus something like VR chat where it's just a cesspool. But that's exactly why VR chat is so fun. But I can't stream it. I cannot. Die. Anyways. Have you tried World Class on Roblox? Oh, you were asking Spork. I see. Would you pick Draco or Ice Sage? I mean, myself, I prefer Draco. Not for any other reason other than fire. Fire good. Oop! What the hell? Oh, this laggy game, dude. Rec Room is scary. Yes, it is. I like Rec Room a lot. Most of all, like, I've never played any of the custom games in Rec Room. I think I only have like once or twice. But I really like staying in the lobby just because, I don't know, just socializing is fun. Like, I usually just end up like messing around with the frisbee or like trapping people in the locker or something. I don't know. I remember there was one time where I was in the lobby in Rec Room and there was this kid going absolutely bonkers. Like he was in VR and he was dancing as hard as he could to like some music. And then like he suddenly just stopped, started panting wildly. And then you could tell like he took the headset off because his character just collapsed. But it was so funny. What's Dungeons and Dragons? I look it up and no games come out. That's because there's not, well, there is games on it, but generally Dungeons and Dragons is a board game. It's like a super hardcore kind of, you know, math, calculate, create your own dungeon stuff. Nerd stuff, basically. I don't mean that in offense. Just that's for losers. No, kidding. We'll have to wrap up pretty soon, guys. What? Try what, Ben? For Roblox, I don't know if I end up streaming Roblox what I'll end up playing. I'll probably, not a board game, whatever. You know what I mean. Who cares? Yeah, whatever you would say Dungeons and Dragons is. Fine, you know what? I'll use Roblox terminology. It's an experience. For Roblox, I don't know. I'll probably like play Squid Game or something. If I don't end up just going back to like my natural disaster game that I always end up playing. I don't know. Would you be able to carry me in delves for a few seconds? I'm not doing delves right now, buddy. I'm sorry. Oh, a tabletop game. La-di-da. Excuse me. So it's like Monopoly. That's what you're trying to tell me, right? Ah, did we end up actually getting a Crystal 3 Spear out of all of this? Probably not. I'm just gonna grab these. We'll complete this, and then we'll call it a day. Oh. Give me the resources. Give me them all. There we go. Where's my portal? Alright, let's take a peek. Not a single, like, seriously? What is this? Why can I turn it into kelp? Okay, cool. Oh no, I should have destroyed my Halloween portals. Oh, I don't think I destroyed them before the event ended. Oh well. Give me that. Give me that. I still got all these stupid things in my inventory. Good lord. So, wait. How many dungeons did we do? Let's calculate this just because this is gonna be funny. Don't worry, I've got a punchline in mind. Okay? It's gonna be good. Hold on. I just gotta see where are my other dungeon like chests. Where'd they go? Oh, never mind. I can't calculate it because I don't know how many U10 boxes I was at. Dang it. Well, let's say we did roughly maybe 200 dungeons, right? Maybe it was only like 100 or 150. I don't know. What do you guys think? Ballpark. I don't know. Point is, all right, let's be generous. Let's say we did 150 just because we were in U8 for longer than U10, I think, and we ended up getting 68. So let's say we got our 60 out of the U10 dungeons, meaning that we probably got 150, maybe 200 if I'm being super duper generous. My point is, a single Paragon level takes 428 dungeons. So we wouldn't have even gotten a single Paragon level. That's my point. Was it worth it? Probably not. How do you move the mini-map? Wait, what do you mean? You open the mini-map and then you mouse scroll to zoom in and out. That's all you can do. You can't move where it is. Oh, you got 200 boxes from U10? Okay, then maybe we did more dungeons than I thought. Okay, so we did like 270. Not bad. I mean, I guess, but you gotta consider that that's an hour and a half of constant grinding and we wouldn't have even gotten a single level. I don't know. I just don't like the Paragon levels. I want to play Lancer, but I don't feel like starting it. Oh, okay. You can move the mini-map. Wait, what are you talking about? Can I really? Nah, you're crazy. You can't move it at all. What are you talking about, bruh? How would I move it? What button? Huh? Nah. Nah, it doesn't work. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, no, I thought you meant like just moving the map like right here. But otherwise, yeah, I should have mentioned that, yes, you can technically move the mini-map, but you gotta like customize it for yourself, basically. And just, yeah. No thanks. I don't care enough to change it. Why do I have spring flingers? Why are these even in my inventory? Oh, because I just sorted my inventory and it automatically put them there. That's why my inventory looks so confusing to me. Normally I had it like all refined in my own specific way. Do you have any advice for Gunslinger? Spam your ult. Also, stay out of dungeons. I don't know. Play the character you want, man. Anyways, come on. There you go. Stupid game. Okay. What's your thoughts on Deltarune? I mean, I think it's cool. I never got into Undertale. I tried doing a series on it. The thing is, I kind of psyched myself out with Undertale. I was actually having a lot of fun doing that Let's Play because I was giving the characters goofy voices and stuff, which was something that I used to do a lot of, which I still kind of do. It's just most of the games I play have voice actors, so I can't do it anymore. But point is that I thought that the game was going to be something completely different. And so I kind of psyched myself out thinking that I would have to grind and do all of this other tedious RPG stuff when Undertale was literally just an adventure from start to finish. I think also I was not a fan of the combat, but anyways, I've seen Let's Plays of Deltarune and it looks cool enough. Not enough for me to be interested in it though. Later, Brandon. Also later, everybody else, because I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'll stream some other stuff today. I don't know when.